Okay, let's take a look at another example of reference types and value types in action. So in this code, I have defined a class called person with one field called age. And inside our program class, I have defined two methods, increment and makeOld. The return type of both these methods is void, which means they don't return any values. And the reason I have defined both these methods as static is simply to call them without the need to create an object. Just want to keep things simple. So in the main, first I'm going to create an integer called number. And I set it to 1. Now I'm going to call the increment method and pass my number variable as an argument. So the increment method takes a parameter of type integer called number and adds 10 to it. Note that here I'm using the addition assignment operator to add 10 to the number that is passed to this method. Now, at this point, what do you think is going to be the value of our number in the main method? It's going to be 1, because this is a value type, and when we pass this variable as an argument to the increment method, a copy of this variable is taken and sent to the increment method. So interestingly, even though these two variables have the same name, but they are in two different locations in memory. One is the number with the scope of the main method. So outside the main method, this variable does not have a meaning. And here we have another number, coincidentally have the same name, inside the increment method, but that's a different place in memory, and its scope is limited to the increment method. So when this increment method is called, that new location is created called number, its value is incremented by 10, and then it's immediately destroyed. Now let's verify this. So I'm going to use console.writeLine and display number. We run the application. So our number is 1. It's not affected by the increment method. Now let's take a look at an example of a reference type. So this time I'm going to use our person class. So I create a person object and use the object initialization syntax to set its field. So this person is 20 years old. Now here we have another method called makeOld that takes a person object and adds 10 to its age field. So note that here, because the type of this parameter is a reference type, the object that is going to be passed here is not going to be copied. Its reference is going to be copied, which means both the person object we have in the main method and the person object that we have as a parameter to this method will be pointing to the same object on the heap. Okay, so if I call makeOld and pass this person object, upon returning from this method, the age of this person is going to be 30. Let's verify that. So person.age. And let's run the application. There you go. That's it for this lecture. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.